Anyway, all these mysteries and more.
Some type of a log, maybe.
Here we go, the music.
We rolling? Oh, wow. It's a soggy one out there, my friends. Welcome to another edition of Totally Local Podcasts. Jersey Shore's most colorful characters, local businesses, and entrepreneurs all coming here to sit down and talk with me. Oh, once again, who do we got here? We got Aaron Levine, LG Insurance. How's it going, man?
Happy to be here. I'm wet. It's raining.
Yeah. Evan Beach,
Just had to move our cars.
Equity Prime Mortgage. How's it going, man?
Very good.
We made it. Cheers. Happy St. Patrick's Day, belated.
yeah.
Cheers, Ming. Thanks again. Shared Universe Podcast Studios. We're here at Long Branch Distillery, one of our favorite places to be. Epic shouts to owner Mark. He had to run out. He had to, I don't know, he had to do something. But he let us in here, and we appreciate it.
Did he really let us in, or we just kind of let ourselves in?
Barged our way in, took his whiskey, his delicious...
I left $40 on the bar, so I think we covered our tab, and I'll do my own dishes.
Big Door Spirits, thank you, Evan, for showcasing the beautiful...
I'm like Vanna White over here.
That's right, straight bourbon whiskey, and it is delicious.
Yeah, it's good.
I've become in my later years a cocktail man, but I can still party with the best of them. I'm not party with most of them. Let's not say the best.
Before 8 p.m.
Before 8 p.m. or after 10 p.m.
20% of them.
20% of them.
Yeah.
I could party with 20% of them 20% of the time if it's before 5 p.m. or after 9:30 p.m. But not too late.
I get it. It's great to be here. They added some furniture. It looks different since the last time we 100th episoded from. There was a blue couch here. We rearranged the furniture.
I hope Mark doesn't.
Sorry, Mark. We didn't break anything though, so
No.
we're good.
Kept it real. It's been a while. Last time we partied here, it was definitely a low key scenario. I mean, it felt like an epic party because we haven't been out in so long doing anything. There's maybe 20 of us here. But things have opened up now. I think the governor has, the 19th that opens up to
Tomorrow's the day, yeah.
50% indoors.
But according to those that were out last night, there was no
rules.
There was just no rules.
How did they? I guess somebody would call the cops.
Yeah.
That's how and then the cops would come in and then mask everybody and arrest them?
I think people are done calling the cops because they've been calling the cops on people for socializing for a year now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm guilty. I had the cops called on me because I was talking to somebody in the street last March.
Really?
A year ago, I was out in the street talking to somebody. We had no masks on, and somebody called the cops because we were socializing.
What? Really? People went crazy. People are crazy.
Still crazy.
Yeah.
And but it's all good, man. We're here and business is popping. Things are happening. It's springtime almost at the Jersey Shore.
Yeah. Real estate gets crazy springtime at the Jersey Shore.
Oh man, are we going to talk about mortgage rates and that crazy?
We're gonna drink and talk about mortgage. I mean, we don't have to, but I mean, I think we should.
I think Evan needs a drink to talk about mortgage rates right now because they're going up. So get those rates locked, people.
What is more thrilling than having some bourbon and talking about mortgage rates?
That's how all good parties start, I believe.
Yeah, that's.
No, they start by talking about COVID.
I mean, listen. Totally Local Podcast. It's definitely a specific audience. Monmouth and Ocean County, and a lot of those people want to own a home, might own a home, might be a landlord, might that's the people that we kind of want to reach in I'd say in a it's a certain age of wanting to go out, wanting to have a good time, but we also own a house or want to own a house. So is it? Should people wait? Should people get a mortgage today? What should they do?
People want to be adults, and they want to own assets and do all those kind of cool things, and have mortgage payments and whatnot.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Learn how to adult properly by podcasting at 3 p.m. on a work
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Podcasting.
Hi, honey. How's it going? Cheers.
Yeah.
Kid. Sleeping okay?
I would say to answer your question, if it's should people wait or should people buy? I mean, it's all relative to everybody's situation personally. You know what I mean? Are they currently renting? what's their plan? Are they married? Are they getting married? Do they have kids? Are they gonna have kids? All that should play into what your plan of attack is, from if you're currently renting to continue to rent to look to buy. All those types of things are really on a case by case basis.
All
You
right.
know,
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, if you're going to buy a house or you want to buy a house, it's not like people should be like, oh wait, the mortgage rates are going up, I'm not going to buy a house, because like,
Right.
how do you know when the mortgage rates are going to go down again, and when's that going to happen?
it's in my opinion probably not, unless something catastrophic happens again, like God forbid, like knock on. We don't have any wood. This is fancy. But
there you go. Some walnut there.
You know, something crazy market moving like COVID, which is, obviously close to the 1 year anniversary of all this crap happening. I don't really see rates going down back to where they were. Now, that's not to say that rates still aren't in a great position. I mean, 30 years are hovering, in the mid threes right now for the most part. So ask somebody that had a mortgage, 2 or 3 years ago, how good a rate of 3.5% is.
It's killer.
And ask somebody how good it was that had a mortgage in the 80s, how good 3.5% is. So, relatively speaking, it's still historically a great time to be, to borrow money and to take out mortgages and to purchase properties. But it's all relative. I mean, right now it's very much still a seller's market. There's a very high demand.
Hell yeah.
Especially in our area here. And Monmouth County's been in kind of a bubble because of that, because when people didn't have to commute to the city anymore, all of a sudden now, okay, I want to live somewhere where I can get to the beach and I can get to Asbury and I can do all these things and I can have a yard and an extra room and things that I couldn't have in the city or in Hoboken or wherever. So it was just this perfect storm in the middle of last year of historically low, going to historically low interest rates. We hit historically low probably in like early January this year. But historically low interest rates, never before seen demand in our area. So it was just a perfect storm of everything happening at once, which just led to property values shooting through the roof.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
They're ridiculous
absolutely.
right now.
And just, it's funny, I had this conversation with somebody just this morning on a Zoom meeting. It's naive to think that properties are going to continue to appreciate like they have been. I mean, certain zip codes in Monmouth County are appreciating 13 or 14%. That's obscene.
Yeah.
That's absolutely obscene. That's unsustainable. That would mean that the $500,000 house that was purchased a year ago is now going to be worth, north of 700 in another year.
That's insane.
I mean, it's not a sustainable, pricing parameter, especially with rates creeping up. I mean, if rates get up back into the, 4%, 4.5% range, which is certainly possible. I mean, it seems like that's the way that the market is being pushed. I just don't see how that doesn't trickle down and start to affect property values to an extent. Now, I'm not saying that property values are going to plummet like they did in 2008, 2009, but I think we could see a plateau coming up because it just can't continue to spike like this.
Well,
Thank God you're not all doom and gloom over there. I mean, seriously, like we
not,
want people
man.
to buy houses.
yeah.
You
Well,
know,
there's
we wanna
certain.
keep things rolling. A plateau
of
might
course.
be okay.
Of course, it's healthy. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, it's almost from a mortgage market standpoint. Yeah, it's great to have refis coming in the door and rates. When rates were super super low and it was just automatic refi business, but it's healthy for a market to swing backwards and forwards, and we need rates to go up in some fashion. It wouldn't be healthy for the market for rates to be, in the mid twos for 30%.
There's certain towns though where it's like the supply is never going to be. I'd say that there's certain towns, especially in Monmouth County, where the town there's not going to be a supply ever. You have towns like Rumson or Fairhaven where there's really nowhere to put a house, and they're not going to be subdividing these giant mansions. So you can't buy. So the prices are just going to kind of stay high in those areas. Then there's other towns where it's like, maybe they're not as nice as Fairhaven or Rumson, and if people move out
Right.
of those areas, the properties will plummet.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're always going to have high demand for certain areas. Like obviously for Rumson, for Fairhaven, for Asbury's become that way. Neptune's becoming that way.
Look at
just
the hills,
because-
man. I mean, you live in the hills. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
SRH baby.
People are climbing that.
Yep.
you know.
Our neighbors just put their house on the market. The same thing that's happening. Like within a week, they had the under contract sign on. There was this house down the street from us. They live next to the houses. Well, anyway, I don't want to get into the hillbillies living next door, but I laughed at when people they had the house for sale, and I was like, wow, you're going to be dealing with some neighbors right there, whoever buys it, and that immediately went under contract. So like things are going up. I think our neighbor was just like, F it, he might as well just make the money now while he can, and then if he moves, he works in New York, so he can go up north, probably find a cheaper house than in Monmouth County, and if he goes a little west. But anyway, make some money, put that away, and get the hell out of here.
I mean, people are doing that. People are selling. They have their kind of make me move price.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Aaron's got that. He's like, I'll sell my house tomorrow.
Dude, I'll sell my house tomorrow, but you got to find me a rental to move into.
That's the big question is like, unless you're going out of state or going to Florida or going to
where you can go.
I don't want to say out of state. I mean, you can go. I know this covers partly of Ocean County, but you can go down to Ocean County.
Yeah, you go to Ocean County.
You can go down to southern Ocean County and probably find somewhere
Whiting?
Somewhere to live. But
No offense to my southern brethren, but
I love down
Absolutely.
Ocean County, the OC.
Hey,
It's blowing up. That's what's going to happen. Is all the people that want to move into the area, they're eventually going to realize. I've had this discussion with relatives of mine where they look at Ocean County still kind of in not a positive light as far as wanting to move down there. And I'm like, with all things being equal, it's really not that far, especially with me being now in more of the southern Monmouth County area. It's really not that far to go down there.
Right.
And Brick is lovely. Brick is lovely. People talk about Brick like they're like, I live in Brick. I'm like, don't apologize. Brick is a lovely place to be.
Brick is becoming parts of Brick. 'Cause Brick's big.
Yeah.
There's parts of Brick that are becoming hot and highly contested. With I've had clients that have put in 4, 5, 6 offers on properties in Brick and have lost out and finally landed one over list price.
Yeah.
Can you still call Brick the Brick-tucky? Like, is it no
It's still
longer
Brick-tucky. No, it's definitely still Brick-tucky. Definitely.
Is Mark here? Did we get a
He made it? We're holding down the fort. We're keeping it warm for you. Don't worry. I'm still fascinated with real estate, especially in this area, because it's so crazy. You run out of space. You have the allure of the beach being right there, but then on the other side of it, you have these insane taxes where if you look at any other part if you look at different parts of the state, if you look out of state, people are like, why? What are you doing there? And
God.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know, but I'm here. I love being here. It's kind of like being in a cult, because when you live in this Monmouth Ocean County area, you just kind of stay. you know?
Yeah. I mean, taxes are certainly out of control, and
dumb.
in some areas worse than others. Not to point fingers at towns, but like Fairhaven's out of control.
the town
had a
that we're
deal.
sitting in right now? Long Branch is up there with some of the North Jersey municipalities.
Yeah,
and
Long Branch,
counties.
Highlands is bad. There's a couple towns I could rattle off that are crazy, but I mean, you get up into Fairhaven and places like that where these larger houses that are $1 million plus. I mean, you're 25, 30 grand a year in taxes.
Star
It's just
Ledger,
nuts.
I think it was a Star Ledger put out. It was probably a year ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and put out like a top 25 property taxes
Worst
in the
taxes?
state of New Jersey, and I think 3 or 4 out of the top 25 were in Long Branch.
Wow.
I mean, all oceanfront, right? But
Yeah.
multiple 6 figures. Then there was the Middletown on the Navesink River, and then you go to like Alpine,
Yeah.
New Jersey. There's some spots up north
Long
in the
Branch.
Short Hills Alpine that are ridiculously expensive also.
Long Branch is an interesting town too, because there's still areas that are just like blown out that you could build on. There's stuff around I've talked about this a couple of times. There's stuff around Pier Village where like Kushner owns the property. They're just sitting on it. Nobody's doing anything with it. But there's a lot of areas where it's just you could put a house, but there isn't a house.
There's a lot of sit and wait, and the dirt is super expensive, and
Ridiculous.
it's a matter of who's going to make the next move, who's going to invest next in the Broadway sector, the arts district, so to speak. But but you've got that great brew project. What do you call it? The Whitechapel project over there on the corner. Like, you know,
they're smart. They put themselves right in a good spot right there.
and once that neighborhood goes, you know, that'll bring the next sector into town. But Long Branch is super hot, especially as we're getting into the warm season.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
parking lots are going to be full. The beaches are going to be packed, and I can't wait.
Yeah, because Asbury Park, I mean, obviously everybody loves Asbury Park. Going to Asbury Park now today, and it was interesting because I just saw today that Bamboozle Fest is
I saw that too.
Yeah, there's an
Yeah.
announcement they're going to be coming back. Bamboozle is going to be doing their stuff allegedly in Asbury Park once again. And the last time they did it was 2012. That was right, I would think, at the beginning of this, I want to say Renaissance. It's been going on for years. People have been going down to Asbury Park. But when the hip people in Asbury Park decided that Asbury Park was getting uncool, that's when you realize it's becoming actually very
Take
popular and a lot
Bamboozle
more
back to
fun.
like surf and skate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Surf and Skate was 2007, something like that.
2006.
Yeah.
I remember one
But-
year we stayed at the Berkeley Carteret in the early 2000s when that place was a dump. Like running through those hallways.
Was
I haven't been there since, so I don't have a frame of reference
Yeah.
for anything over there. But
They're
I'll
trying to
plead
do
the fifth
something
on
over
that
there
one.
now. I think they opened. They were trying to do a restaurant in there. They were renovating it. They used to have a really cool back like I don't know. Maybe it was around 2012. They had something going on. They had a bar underneath. That was really cool. They'd have bands come in there, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the Berkeley Bar.
Yeah.
yeah,
And, like-
and they had a couple. It's like a revolving door of restaurants in there. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
always like, oh, this place is
Always
in there.
will
Now. Yeah,
They had the cool pool outside. We were going out there. Epic shouts to DJ Uncle's nephew. We were going there to hang out with him. He invited us there, and then the management was like, "Oh well, it's for guests. You got to pay." Blah blah blah. I'm like, asshole. There's nobody here. Maybe if you invited some people in and it got crowded, you could make some money. But I guess that's epic shouts to the management over there because they don't get it. They got mad. There was nobody there, and there was like cabanas. And we were
know.
just sitting there talking to Uncle's nephew, and they came over. They're like, "Oh, this is for we gotta say there's people that rent these." I'm like, "Asshole, there's no one here. If we say good things, we will
know.
come back with more friends. Do you get that?"
all you
they
gotta do is show
they
up in
don't
the
get
camera
it.
and a microphone and
Yeah.
get it anywhere.
Yeah, I guess so. That's what
It's
I'm gonna
a-
have to
it's
do.
I
a
want to get to
s-
the Ocean Club pool, that private residents only pool on that roof deck that they've got at the Ocean Club.
Is that the new
If
the
we bring
ocean?
a camera and some microphones, do we get up there?
They might. We'll have to talk to Corcoran. Get in touch with Corcoran.
there's
and see.
a whole thing. You ever see it's like a YouTube video. If you carry a ladder, you can get in anywhere.
We'll have to try
And they
that.
had these guys like walked in. They got into like I think it was the Grammys or somewhere. They walked in with like just like orange pennies and stuff wearing and walked. They were both carrying like a 15-foot ladder. And they got in
Kind of like you
anywhere.
carry a surfboard, you don't have to buy a beach badge.
There you go. Maybe we
some,
can do that with
some places.
Surfboard or a fishing pole, you don't have to buy a beach badge. You can just walk on like, oh, you're going fishing, you're good.
That's awesome. I mean,
Hey,
we'll
Evan,
have to
you
try that
wanna,
with podcast equipment. Oh,
me a little- give me a little-
bartender,
give me a little hit, bartender?
bartender,
Yeah.
could you help us out there?
what can I get? What can I get you?
Two fingers or three, please.
St. Patrick's Day. So you didn't do anything for St. Patrick's Day, huh?
My kids dressed up, super
Mm-hmm.
cute. Posted it on my IG stories. They had their parties at school, and then they were in bed by 8, and then I went back to work till about 10:30 because things are just crazy.
Yeah, things
So
are.
yeah, that was my St. Patrick's Day.
And from what I've heard,
You know, uneventful.
from what like Ming has said, from what other people have said, is like where shenanigans were going on.
Shenanigans still
Epic
going?
shouts to all my Irish brethren out there. Where the shenanigans were happening, it was quite lively, quite festive. But some places it was just kind of dead. This is the time around here, around this area, which people love to party on St. Patrick's Day, and for restaurants and bars, it's really the first income that's coming in to kind of get ready for the year. I'd always say that you have to have like. If you're a band and wants to book shows, or if you're a DJ, like St. Patrick's Day is the day, your deadline to get all that shit out there, because by the time that happens, everything is rolling.
No, it's Belmar Parade Day. It's even before St. Patty's Day. Belmar Parade Day was always the start of the unofficial season at the Jersey Shore.
Which would have been this.
Dan from New York Life. What's up, Dan Muller?
Yo, Dan.
He said, shout out Equity Prime Mortgage.
That's right.
So
we love that
shout out
Prime
to
Mortgage.
EPM.
My
That
man.
is great company. Thanks, Dan.
yeah, the Belmar parade, people go in, man. People go ham. People go corned beef cabbage and get crazy with that parade. They go wild.
They go parking lot crazy.
Yeah, but not
Bar A and 10th Ave, and where are the other good where were the other good parade day spots?
oh man.
Sandra Shillelagh always has
Oh.
a crazy one.
You're a member of the Shillelaghs.
I am, yeah.
You're a son.
I am.
So what happened yesterday? Were you there or were you not?
I was not there. No,
such a pussy.
I was not there. Yeah, sorry.
No shillelagh. They got to be exhausted. It's got to be St. Patrick's Day with the Sons of the Shillelagh like every
I'm
weekend.
sure it's they had some giant tents that they put up in the parking lot, and they did I'm sure did a whole thing. They had live music and stuff, but I was
Jacob
not
there?
in
Was
attendance.
Jacob Smith there? Where's our other
I don't
our other
think he was
Shillelagh?
there. I do not think he was there. I think he was.
Do you think they'll let us set up cameras and microphones in the?
The Sons, or is it like you have to?
No, I don't see why not.
We'll have to see.
You just have to bring cash because they don't take credit
Yeah.
cards.
That's okay.
I'm sure they.
And they're
sure
probably
they
like,
would
get
allow
that
it.
camera out of here because we're not giving you free beer.
Right.
We'll
Oh
have
no,
to
we
see.
got to pay
$2
$2 a beer or
$2.
whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah, but no, I know they did a huge thing, but I wasn't. I was not there.
You're
Wednesday
too busy
was
getting
out.
mortgages for people.
Too busy getting mortgages.
Is it?
yeah.
Has it picked up though? Has it picked up in the last month or so?
I mean, we're going to see a tail off for sure from when rates climb like this significantly in a short period of time. It's gonna curb the refis that go on, because obviously if somebody was at 3.75 and rates are at now 3.5 or 3.375, kind of bumps them out of doing anything.
So I can't refi right now.
No, you're good. You're good. You must have had a guy who did awesome for you in the first place.
I think I'm at like 3.25.
Yeah,
Not bad.
You must
not
have had
bad,
an awesome
not bad.
mortgage guy who did that for you in the first place.
I'll have to remember his name and get back to you guys later.
Yeah, get his card.
Once it gets warm, though, once it gets warm out, though, it doesn't. I mean, I'm sure it matters a little bit, but once it gets nice out, people are at the beach, they're reminiscing. They hear that Bruce Springsteen song on the radio, and they're like, "Shit, I want to live by the shore."
Yeah.
Right? It picks up.
I mean, historically, this time of year is normally from like the beginning of March until, basically until the beginning of summer. Really, is the historically the hot spring market for our area. That's when people are trying to close by summertime, or if they're holding on to their kids may be in school, they want to close when the kids are finished school. So that all takes place now, so they can close in May, June, whatever that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, historically this has been the busiest time, but what we've seen happen this year is it's been such a mad rush of people trying to buy.
Nobody cares because their kids aren't in school.
Right, exactly. But it's been such a mad rush of people trying to buy for the last 7-8 months that to me anyway, it doesn't feel like that mad dash like it normally does, where people would say, "Hey, yeah, I'm just gonna wait till March. I'm gonna wait till spring, and then I'll list my house, or then I'll do this, or then I do that." A lot of people have already jumped and done that.
Yeah.
But
This whole year has been really like people have been like, shit or get off the pot kind of scenario where they're just like, we got to do something. We're going to do something. The world is falling apart, or I got to take advantage
look,
of the.
it's Mark.
Hey, how's it going, Mark?
Wait, where did you get that big ice cube from? We only found the little
You have to
ones.
know somebody, me. How are you?
Unbelievable.
Good to see you,
Cheers,
gentlemen.
man.
Welcome back to the distillery.
Yeah, man, I
First
love it,
time
love
you're
it.
On your podcast?
I mean, you want a microphone?
No, it's okay. I don't
you can sit.
We got one for you.
know.
Here.
We got the microphone right here.
really have much to say.
Here, jump in. Sit here. I'll do
Are you open tonight? Wait.
We are. Tonight's ladies' night.
Ooh, tonight's ladies' night.
ladies'
Ladies' night. And am I allowed to sing that? Probably royalties
yeah,
or something.
you
Have to
You
get paid.
knew that. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
So
Are these pillars new? These pillars are
No,
new.
they've been there. I'm glad you
Yeah?
pay attention, though.
No, they haven't.
From day one.
No way.
Sure have.
a lot more.
I'll show you pictures from when we opened.
We're gonna
we
look
go to
at the last time we
50%
did.
tomorrow. Big celebration. 60
Yeah.
people in this room.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. I'm so
no,
happy
we're
to
very
hear that.
excited. That's it's about time. But we hope people come out because we heard snow tomorrow.
Oh, really? Are you kidding?
I thought I was. Someone in 7-Eleven said, "Did you hear there's snow tomorrow?" I just checked the weather app though. It didn't confirm that.
That's out of
It's going to be
control.
rain and cold, but we have a private party actually tomorrow.
Oh,
Booked back
perfect.
here, which is real exciting.
Yeah.
I won't say anything about it because it's a surprise. I don't want to ruin it.
Don't ruin it.
But and we're still open in the front. So now we've gone to 25 capacity in the front and 60 back here.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and still outside. They've extended that as well. The ABC and the governor has given us a little reprieve.
As it gets warmer out, it'll, because this is a great spot, and it's like,
thank you.
when we had that 100th episode here, people were watching it and they're like, "Oh, that's amazing! That place looks
Yeah.
great," And I was telling people about it. I'm like, "Yeah, you gotta come check
Thank
it out."
you.
You know,
Yeah.
once things are opened up, now it's opened up. Ladies' night. What does ladies' night entail exactly?
$10 vodka and gin drinks for the ladies.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to get a wig. Because I don't know what he's going to charge me for that bottle. I feel like I'm going to get charged double.
We
for that.
definitely serve women with beards. So
When I put a mask
you'll
on,
fit right
I mean,
in.
Yeah, you'll never know. Oh man,
You can't see it on the podcast, but Aaron has a beard. And it's funny if you're here.
Camera's right there.
Oh, there's a camera right there.
it's always a
So yeah, we're excited. It's been getting gradually better and better, and as I keep telling everyone, we're building the business one customer at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Great feedback, and a lot more events coming in house, and we're making a white rum for
Oh,
the
nice.
spring summer, so we can do some mojitos, and we have a vodka mojito now, which is amazing. As you know, Mario can take pretty much toilet water and turn it into an amazing craft
is
cocktail.
Mario here? Who's
Not to say
bartending
anything bad. No, that's Mario. Yeah, he's up front.
Mario, I'd like one of those.
I was just
mojitos.
mentioning to him. I was like, oh, the vodka
No, there it
mojito
is.
martini.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
if he's up
And
for
basil,
it,
he does a basil martini too, which is amazing.
No basil. I'll take the
Oh,
other
you don't know what you're missing out on.
if he's up for it, if he doesn't need to stretch, if he's ready to go, we'll do a
He
round
is.
if that's
Absolutely.
if that's okay. I don't want to.
Yeah.
The basil scares me.
He's in
but
the
you know what?
bullpen
I
right now.
trust you.
What scares you about basil?
But I trust you because you know what?
Do you
the
eat
one that
red
got-
sauce? Do you
got
go to
me into,
Traumas and never have
just
their-
drinking gin.
Do you ever have
Go
traumas?
for some Traumas
Red
tonight.
sauce? That's got a ton of basil in it, dude.
Yeah, but that's like a food. Like it's
good.
with
Red
a
sauce.
drink.
Difference between red sauce and a
Listen,
vodka
don't
drink.
judge until you've tried
I
it.
don't
That's
judge
true.
until I try.
All right.
You have the
There you go.
all sorts of crazy stuff.
Good.
You had the St. Patrick's Day Bloody
We did,
Mary,
yeah.
the Green
Slancha.
Mary,
Slancha. I always been
Slancha,
mispronouncing that word.
the Green
Slancha.
Mary, whatever
Are we?
it is. You know?
Is the spiced pineapple martini? Is that like a staple or is that like a seasonal
Number
thing?
one craft cocktail.
You're
we do here.
welcome.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, all because of Aaron.
It's because I've drinking.
Yes, of course.
I
Broke
drank
the
in
record one day
2020. I
record.
drank about 1,000 of them. So it's still my. I
Yes.
take credit.
What about
We
the
appreciate your $14.
what about the live music? Is that going
Still
on?
on Fridays and Saturdays.
All
Yes.
right.
Every Friday, with the exception of tomorrow, because of the private event. But every Friday, Saturday, and we are so lucky because we have some amazing talent that comes in here that I don't think we would have had otherwise if not for COVID. So there's a little silver lining in the cloud. They're happy to get out and play.
Yeah.
We're lucky to have them, and we hope that it continues after this is over. And we think it will because we're slowly becoming known as a jazz venue, and I think that's cool.
That is cool. I mean,
Very cool.
I was just reading that recently where there's a lot of bands, bigger bands, that obviously they can't play bigger shows, so they've kind of formed these smaller, sometimes jazz bands or
Yeah.
smaller trios that could go out and play just because they want to go play.
They just want to play.
And so with that in mind, with the exception of there being a private party, this whole area, is unless you're having a party, this area is open for people to chill in.
Correct. Yeah.
Where does the band set up in the front?
Right here.
Oh, cool. That's perfect.
See that
baby
piano?
Graham might be a giveaway.
Look at that.
You couldn't see it.
It was hiding in the back
Yeah.
there.
No, that's our band stage over there, and
That's great.
hey.
I'm pulling an Aaron.
feedback.
pulling
We're looping the podcast in through the phone.
I can't say it enough. I love this place. I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy that it's opening up and that you have the you have that ability to have more people in here. It's really good to hear because the drinks are great. The ambiance is awesome.
Thank you.
Even I was just telling the guys here that like when we had like 20 people, I think, when we had our party
Yeah.
here, and it felt like
It was a party.
It felt like a big party because
yeah.
we haven't been out in so long.
Right.
But everybody
At that
loved
time,
it.
it was a big party.
Yeah, he was a rager.
With prohibition style, even though we had a camera and microphones.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just such a cool vibe
Yeah,
to be
thank
in
you.
here. Everything's set up so well, and the drinks are delicious.
I don't know. I think
even
we have to
straight.
schedule a May event. I think we gotta.
I think we have to.
Yeah, I got to tell you, we've been experiencing a lot more calls and action on people. There's pent up demand.
Yeah.
And we're getting calls for short-term events. Like I have a baby shower in May, or someone's calling for an event, 3 weeks away because they're ready to go.
Yeah, because nobody knew it was going to happen.
We're happy to oblige. I mean, we hope it opens up and everybody.
Book Wednesday, May 5th or 6th. Book that for me.
Cinco de Mayo?
We'll
No,
keep
you can't.
Cinco de Mayo
Cinco de Mayo,
out.
you're gonna pay a premium for that.
We'll do the 6th. You have no
Cinco de
tequila.
Mayo.
Yeah, it's tequila, but Mario will make something. Listen, we're making mojitos. That,
Cinco
nobody
de
knows.
Siete.
Vodka
We'll do
mojitos,
something.
we'll do May 6th. We'll
right.
wait till the
May
day
6th.
after.
That's fine.
So that'll be Cinco de Seis.
Yeah, perfect.
Cinco de Seis.
That'd be great. Yeah, we'll have to
Yeah,
book
May
something.
6th. I just put it out to the world
Yeah.
Nice.
that we're gonna have a private event. Nobody else is invited on
Get
Wednesday.
in touch with us. We'll give you an invite.
Yeah.
Wednesday. This is it. I gotta
was
look at
my
the calendar, but yeah, it's about then.
Aaron's picking up the tab, but you can come as my guest.
I'm picking up the tab. I'm not afraid.
Every private event starts with an announcement worldwide on the podcast.
We're having a private event, so you can't come. But if you know Aaron, maybe
Private
you can.
event, hit me up on the gram and send me your pics, and we'll see if you get invited.
Well, guys, I'm going to leave you to it. Thanks again
cool.
for having me. on.
If
Enjoy the
Mario can
spirits.
make us
So what did
a,
you want, the vodka mojitos?
The vodka mojito.
A round of mojitos, yeah.
Vodka
You guys
mojito
do it.
martini, if that's possible.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Thanks, guys.
I'll take it.
All right, cool. Thanks a lot. Wow.
Switch me out.
Good times. Good times.
I'm checking the time because.
Oh, yeah. You got something
Dude,
to-
we got plenty of time. We got so much time. We can just keep going.
All right, that's good. That's
We're
works
good.
for me.
Evan
I'm
Beach
not in a rush.
Evan Beach is
you in a rush?
watching. He started a watch party. I love it.
I don't. What did I do? I don't know what I did. Is that the interweb that it's on? I
It's
don't know
on the
what-
interwebs.
Started a watch party.
I'm slowly becoming my father with my technology abilities.
man.
Like,
I get so scared about like the things that are coming out with the NFTs and the blockchains
Yeah.
and the stuff. And I barely have a grasp on it, but I like to hold on as tightly as I can.
So I did a thing.
Uh-oh.
I forgot my wallet at home the other day, and I was in line at the car wash, and there was cars behind me. Like it was a nice day. I wanted to get the car cleaned, and then I'm like fumbling around. I'm like, all right, I got my mask. Put my mask on to get ready to get out of the car. Checking my pockets. I'm like, I don't have a fucking wallet. I'm like, I can't back up
No
because there's
cash?
cars behind me.
No
So I have
cards,
no
no
cash,
cash?
no cards. So I'm like, all right, I'm staying. I'm holding strong, and I'm staying in line because I can't back up.
He's gonna innovate somehow.
And I get my ticket. I'm like, all right, puffed up. I'm like posturing like all good. I go up to the girl at the register. I'm like, do you take Apple Pay? She's like, oh yeah, no problem. Just do this. I'm like,
perfect.
holy shit. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then I went to the bagel shop. I'm like, yo, Apple Pay. And they're like, bang,
So how do you pay with your phone?
with the phone.
Ah,
Because I won't leave home without the phone,
Yeah.
but I'll leave home without the wallet and everything else.
very
But
good point. Yeah.
I went on a tear just like going tap,
You just
tap, tap.
Apple
Like,
Paying
let's just
everywhere?
go. Just like, it was so cool.
yeah, that's the future.
It was
That's
so
gonna
cool.
happen.
I felt like I was like 15 years old. Like, yeah, I stole my dad's credit card. Like, bang, bang, bang.
I thought for a minute you were gonna say that like you created your own currency for a
yeah,
minute. Like,
I thought you were gonna say you had like.
So I walked up to the lady and I said,
Right.
"So I got this thing. It's called Aaron Coin.
Yeah.
you know, you want some?
This just in.
I'll
Aaron
give you
coin.
10,000.
Oh man, that stuff is blowing up, and
Levine loot or something like that, right?
Levine loot.
people
start
are
that?
doing that NFT stuff, and people are making money off of that, and
crazy.
it keeps going up. If you look at like a year ago, Bitcoin, and obviously if we had a crystal ball, who knew? But like you could have bought Bitcoin at $3,000. It is now hovering around $58,000 to $60,000 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody took their first round of stimulus when it came out in was that April of last year, and put it in Bitcoin, it was
So
insane.
they're in jail
Yeah.
now because that was against the rules.
Was that against the rules? Is there actual rules? I didn't
You're not
realize
supposed to
that.
take the
were
stimulus
no
money
rules.
and invest it.
There were no rules. But how are they going to prove that it
Yeah.
was? How are they going to prove that it was a stimulus money and not
It's-
money that was already seasoned in your bank account?
How are you gonna how are you gonna tell people what to do? Like you give them money and then you're gonna tell them what to spend it on. It's like you know,
Socialist America, yeah.
I guess so.
On our way to communism.
Theoretically,
Wait,
that's
do we wanna
investing it
start
somewhere
that?
else.
Do we want to go there?
Got it.
But yeah, it would have.
electronic
I forget
currency
what
is great.
What the times was? It would have been like 18 or 20 times.
Yeah.
What it was. It's
Fantastic.
insane.
There's still people that are fighting against it. They're like, look, it fluctuates so much. I'm like, yeah, it was $54,000. Now it's it was 60,000. It went to 54,000. I'm like, oh, now it's at 58,000. Like
So that's why I go to work every day because I don't own any.
Right. 2 weeks ago, it went to 45. So I had friends who were like, "Oh, I bought a bunch at 45, and now it's at 58 again."
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
so it'll keep doing that.
Just
It'll
like
keep,
any other stock, you don't make any money until you sell it.
No doubt.
True, but when you do sell it and it's at like
You know,
60 grand.
just, I'm a poor schmuck. I didn't buy any.
I mean, you could technically. I used to tell people to buy. I would be like, "Oh, you got to buy Litecoin. You got to do it." And it was at like $170, and then it dropped all the way down to like $40. Like, all right, I'm never telling anyone to buy any crypto ever again. But I mean, you take a couple $100 you have, you might have a stimulus check. You could buy, one Ethereum now. You could almost get one Ethereum for a stimulus check. You do that. You let it sit there. If you need the money, I get it. But if you have a little every now and then just to sock it away, open up a Coinbase account, open up a Gemini account. You have $50 here, $50 there. Some people are predicting astronomical, ridiculous stuff. Not me. I'm not saying it's going to go to $250,000 or $100,000 by the end of the year. That's just what I've read. I don't know if that's true. That's just what I've seen. People say. But, it's not like you have to. A lot of people don't understand that you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin or you don't have to buy a whole Ethereum. You could buy like a $50 bit of it.
Yeah, no different than any other stock.
Take that $50 and buy a bottle of bourbon at the Long Branch Distillery.
Yeah, and
forget about that bit of a
Bitcoin.
I dabble in it and have little money in it, but I have buddies who are like all in on it. My buddy Matt Weber, who works in the same company I do, does what I do, and he lives in California, and he's all into it. He's
all into
much
it?
more heavily invested, and
We need Scott back on. We got to get Scott back on.
Oh, yeah.
and he has everybody's got a source, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy
Oh,
told
I
me
know
this.
this guy.
This guy told me, this stock tip. And I mean, he has people saying it's going to go into six figures and this and that. And I mean, you never know. It's no different than any other stock. You got to
It's a
whatever you are
gamble.
going to throw in there, you got to be willing
But
to
that's
get
what
washed
I still
out.
don't understand. It's you just called it. It's like any other stock, but it's not supposed to be a stock.
You can't tell people.
But it's still backed against the American dollar in the
it's-
U.S. What's it backed against in Japan or China or anything else?
any country backs it. It's not backed technically. It's just
backed.
compared to. It's just saying,
So
this
it's still
much
based
is worth.
off of, and that's that's why I don't get. I don't get
Eventually,
the
it's
I don't
gonna.
get it.
Eventually, it's not gonna be.
get
But
it.
that's when we're talking like Blade Runner style, when we're in the future and shit. The dollar ain't worth shit. The yen ain't worth shit. You're gonna be dealing with bits, and you're gonna be dealing with stuff like that instead.
When I
It's-
can insure it, I'll buy it.
That's what
Well, you got to get into that.
That's
There's-
why he hasn't bought into it yet, because he can't insure it.
I was
I-
recently
I
reading about
can't
that.
insure it. I can't figure it out.
Insurance on the blockchain. I was recently reading about that. All these different industries are going to get involved. There's going to be a lot of different things happening when you have what they talk about is like Web 3.0. When you have a decentralized internet where people can't shut you off or can't censor you because it's decentralized and they can't find where you are or pinpoint it on anybody, that's when really interesting things are going to start happening, and they're already happening now. There's clones of YouTube, there's BitChute, there's DTube, where it's completely decentralized. There's a lot of crazy videos on there. I mean, go there at your own risk.
It's a very slippery slope.
Yeah.
Because I get it, and it sounds fantastic, but where does that end?
I mean, it ends with disgusting porn is where it ends. I mean, there's
It starts and ends with porn.
but it gets really disgusting.
Much like anything else, it
Yeah.
always ends with disgusting
Yeah.
porn.
I mean, why
But-
was the internet invented? Can we really go back in time? Why did the internet come about? It was
it's
not the
gonna-
government. It was because of it was
Yep.
for porn.
It's going to
That's porn.
become it's going to have to be self-regulated. People are going to have to self-regulate and figure out how that all works.
That's where it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because no one will self-regulate.
Yeah.
That's our children that are
Yeah.
going to be in that. We're going to be like a little bit older and a little bit grayer or a little bit balder, but
I mean,
we're
it's
good.
Funny. I get it.
Bald joke, bald guy.
Guys on his second glass of bourbon, the ball jokes start coming out.
I'm so lit so fast nowadays, and I have a call to be on at 5, and it's.
Oh,
just
you're gonna
we're
be
in big-
great. You're
big
gonna be
fucking
great on
trouble.
that call. We got some time.
We
You're
got time.
good,
We're
right?
good. We're good.
All
We're
right,
good.
perfect.
Just check.
Yeah,
my,
I mean, it's like anything
my
else.
thing.
The internet is full of disgusting things. If you want to find crazy things, you could find it. It's just a matter of having that freedom to be able to decide for yourself, to be like, all right, this is what I want to see. This is what I don't want to see. If you want to regulate what your kids are watching, then that's up to you to regulate that. I just don't know if having like an authoritarian figure figure above you telling you like this is good and this is bad is necessarily where we want to be. So I am all for, the blockchain technology, the decentralization of things, because I think people are eventually going to have to figure out for themselves what they, what's suitable for them. You know what I mean?
Who they're going to vote for.
Who they're going to vote for, what they're going to base it on, and I'm not on any side. I'm for freedom of being able to decide, for yourself, whatever that means. It's crazy that you could take, $1 million in Bitcoin instantaneously. You have $1 million in Bitcoin. You can instantaneously transfer it to Aaron. There's no taxes on that. There's no, if you do it right, or do it wrong, depending on who you ask, there's no way to really track it technically.
If you do it right.
And it's a wild thing to see that kind of stuff happen. There's in California, people have bought houses using blockchain technology. I mean, I definitely recommend looking into how blockchain technology is going to affect the mortgage industry and the insurance industry, or whatever industry you're in. You should definitely look into it. But anyway, that's enough blockchain talk for, I think.
Yeah,
for
we got
Totally
really deep on a tangent there. That was
can't.
wild. We got into like
He's so happy.
We got into the dark web, and
I'm into bald jokes and whiskey, and he's like,
have you ever seen the dark web? Dark web is some crazy shit. I had somebody show me the dark web where you could just go in and buy. I have some stories I'll tell you guys off air, but
people,
you can't like people exaggerate about like the assassinations and the buying of the people and stuff. You can get some crazy stuff on the dark web, and it happens very fast. And you can have things delivered allegedly to you from all over the world. It is a wild
allegedly.
You have to know what you're doing.
did it
So how do you get to the dark
end in
web?
porn?
It started in porn.
It starts in porn, and it definitely ends in porn. The technological advancements that we have with the internet today are all because of porn. Ming wouldn't be sitting here working all this equipment if the frontier wasn't traversed by the brave souls, the brave soldiers out there in the porn industry, figuring out how do we get a higher resolution of these boobs to the people that want them.
Listen, the amount of time it took to download a picture off a LimeWire.
When you get that scan going and you're like almost there, you're almost at nip level, and it's like, oh, it's gonna happen, and then it stopped, and you're like, come on.
That's why Ming is a comic book man. He's like, fuck this download shit. I'm gonna read a comic book.
And you think about like I was reading something about like music of like LimeWire. I watched this video of somebody turning on one of their like old computers, and like LimeWire popped up.
That'd be so cool.
I do remember that. Was it LimeWire and like Napster and all
Napster.
that?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That's where like that's where everything shifted to, where the music industry was like, oh wow, we have to. I remember being at South by Southwest in like 2008, I think, and there was a guy there. I went to a panel, and this guy, I think it was for like Rhapsody Music, was telling everybody that it's going to be subscription based. You're going to be able to get the music you want. And I remember sitting in the audience, be like, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, people don't want to do that. They want to download music. Yeah, this guy's so out of it. He doesn't know what's going on. And now, like, we have Spotify. You have Alexa, where you can just call up anything you want from multiple services, and that's kind of how people digest all this stuff. It's kind of crazy to think about.
Consumption of content is crazy right now. Like, we have a 7-second attention span. That's why we're like, pour shots right away, get them to watch what we're doing here so they can listen to us for the next hour.
I had a client recently. I was working with them on getting pictures ready, getting it out there, and they're like, "Oh, we got to take a better picture of this. We got to frame it better." I'm like, "Look, this shit is happening so fast that we'll get that better picture. That better picture will happen next week, and we'll have a new post. But for right now, let's use the pictures we have, because this shit is turning over."
What did you tell me today? You sent me an email today, and I responded, and then you responded, and I responded, and you responded, and then I didn't do it, but you will. You're like, "Hey, just go live.
Go live and
do it. Just start fucking talking."
Yeah.
Was what you said.
Well,
and I do it, and I've been super busy, and I've been guilty, but
it'll take a minute. You just have to go on there. Anyone that has their own business, just you know more than the average person out there, and you just need to put it out there. People, for whatever reason, they see Aaron. You could post something, an inspirational quote, and people will like it. But for whatever reason, when Aaron puts his face on the thing, they're like, oh, it's Aaron. They love seeing you. They love hearing from you, and you get a better response from that.
Sorry. Am I taking your job?
No, man, it's perfect.
It's all supplemental. But then I got, my new producer, Majid, who's been awesome, and he's been socialing like crazy. He posted this thing on Facebook, which got more likes than I've ever gotten on anything.
He's got Majid, Epic Shouts, LG Insurance. He's got his own podcast. I think he's got more likes on his Instagram than
He's
I got
got
on
way
mine.
more likes across the board, and I'm just
What'd I
like, wait
do?
a minute. So
what the
as soon
hell's
as
his
he
name of
learns
this-
what insurance is, like, we got to get him some insurance speak, and then we'll have him on, and we'll
Definitely.
we'll drill in. But he's got a great following. I mean, he posts something, and he's got people liking it and wanting it, and reaching out to him to buy insurance shit from him. Like, he's doing a great job so far. So great work, Majid. Keep it up, and we'll get some more social rolling.
I'm gonna look up the name of his podcast too when I have a second and shout it out because he's doing great on that. And I mean, it's you think
And I
about.
didn't even know he had a podcast. So
Oh, yeah.
now I'm like, wait a minute, we gotta talk.
Oh yeah, I mean we should have him on here. Obviously, to talk about the important things, which is insurance, but also the fun stuff like a podcast. Think about that too, like 2008, 2010, whatever, 2012, like a podcast. I remember I did my first podcast in 2006. I probably did my first internet radio show in 2004, 2005, where people across the country, i.e. like my uncle, could hear it, and like it kept dropping out. And then in 2006, I did another podcast, and people were like, what the fuck is a podcast? They're like, what are you doing? And now people are just kind of making, they're making their own content. And I think anything over this last year has had me realize is that I don't want to watch dumb shit from Hollywood all the time. Like obviously I love local stuff, but like if my friends are doing stuff, Simmons and More podcast is doing stuff. Me and my cousins with Angelo Gingerelli, Epic Shouts, Mr. Fifth Round. He has his podcast. Taylor Allen has his podcast, which I love. He has a new one called Frady Cats. He just interviewed
that's my boy. I love Taylor.
Oh, Taylor's awesome. We're working on a rap song together, but we'll let
boy.
you guys know about that later on. But he has a new one, Frady Cats. He just interviewed the writer of Ma, which is like that horror movie, thriller movie. But it was really interesting to see him kind of put that together. And there's more local stuff going on. Obviously, Ming can attest to the amount of people that are out there just kind of producing their own content. And to me, that's more interesting than some of the bullshit that they'd be, feeding us otherwise. You were on First Timers podcast.
I was on the
recently.
First Timers podcast.
Timpani
Inspections. We got to get you sitting over here and drinking
Yeah,
with us, bro.
definitely.
Because when I was on his show at A Shared Universe in Bell Works, of course, I brought a bottle of tequila. And the week before that, I was on Brand Groupies, and I brought a bottle of tequila.
Oh, wow.
And here's Mario, bartender extraordinaire. Hold on. Ming's getting your smile. You got a mask on, Mario, but smile. Oh shit. Good luck.
Oh, man.
So
Down the
Mario
line.
is
Yep.
holy.
I don't know if Aaron should be.
I got it. I got it. Don't you worry. So Mario is my favorite bartender at the Long Branch Distillery.
Cheers, guys. Oh.
Oh my God. I can't put it down
You can't put it down because you're scared it's going to spill, or it's too delicious?
because I'm scared it's going to spill.
Oh, my God.
I'm like trying
man.
to tell a story, but I'm like drinking like goodness with basil in it. Is this
man.
the basil one?
That is
Wait,
unbelievable.
this is the
This is the
mojito
one?
Vodka mojito.
Vodka
Oh, this is
mojito
the mint,
martini.
not basil. Now I got like basil in my mind.
This is the Irish martini.
That sounds like
good.
an oxymoron, but I'll drink it. It's delicious.
But Mario was a bartender that we had at when we did the OPC.
With so much drama in the OPC,
When Andrew was on the microphone for like 4 hours straight,
I could do that.
hanging out with every sponsor of that
I
fantastic
can't wait to
OPC
get back
event.
to doing that stuff again.
Like
man.
that was so cool because we had 8 sponsors. We had paddle boards, we had kayaks, we had water, we had sun, we had
Fun.
a tent. We had from Equity Prime Mortgage. Thank you for the tent.
What was the food?
Tommy's Tavern and Tap was the food. Which
Tommy's,
was,
don't ignore us anymore. Tommy's, we want to come on. We
which was
want you to come
fantastic.
on here. We want to be there. We want to shoot some at Tommy's. Let's do something.
Tommy, let's go. Maybe we'll do it at Tio. They're opening up the next restaurant, Tio Taco and Tequila. Will be
Nice.
open in Marlboro in the next 2 weeks.
That sounds like Aaron's type of place.
They have a great,
Does the shared universe go down to Marlboro?
They have a great tequila menu. I just got to.
Is that north? I guess that's north.
West, like
Tom.
pretty much straight west.
Oh, okay.
Let's go live. Maybe I'll get Christina, one of the daughters. We'll go live. Let's
That'd be
do it.
great. I
That'd be
think
so
we
much
should
fun. I
definitely
think
do
we
it.
should totally do it, and I'll work on it.
What so I can't help but ask people a retrospective. What was the mortgage? Around this time last year, what were you doing? Were you just shitting bricks, or were people like taking advantage of the situation?
Well, last year specifically, this time, like almost to the day, like middle of March was out of control. It was just full Harry Carey in the real estate and mortgage world. No one knew what was going to happen.
I can picture like Evan like wrapped in saran wrap. He has like dish gloves on, goggles. He's making deals on the phone.
I was in Florida. We went to visit my parents, and we ended up staying there for a month and a half because we weren't going to come back to this shit show.
The cat died,
So-
but they had a lot of fun. It was okay.
So we ended up staying down there forever. And I remember having conversations with realtors, Jacob Smith being one of them. And I'm on the phone with him, and he's like, property values are going to go down 20%. Property values we're beat.
We were scared.
This is screwed up. I'm like, dude, I'm seeing rates that just jumped a point in a day. It was out of control.
What day did you get your hole in one?
I don't remember.
Was that March or April? What was it like?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry.
It was always business all the time.
I'm more concerned about golf.
But it was it's funny you mentioned that because I just talked people I was talking to at that point. No one knew what to expect. Like people thought it was going to go down this super dark road of everyone's laid off, everyone's going to lose their jobs, property values are going to plummet. We're right back where we were in 2008, 2009, and it completely literally within 3 or 4 weeks shifted. And I very rarely, give kudos to the government, but but the Fed stepped in and started buying bonds and leveling out the market, and realized that people needed very low interest rates for the next 6 months. They needed to borrow money. They needed to refi. They needed to do this, do that, and they stimulated the market for a good. We went on 8, 9, 10 months, almost a full year, and the Fed stepped in and did that, and it created that kind of vortex of that perfect storm that we referenced earlier. And it's crazy looking back on it now because my head was exploding on a daily basis. I mean, we never, I could pull up weird charts and show you graphs and bore you to death, but it was insane. I mean, we saw rates literally going from 3% to 4.25% in 4 hours.
That's
It was
wild.
out of control. My job was impossible it was literally impossible for almost a 2-week span. Like we couldn't lock rates properly. We couldn't quote rates properly. It was out of control.
Were you telling people to like chill, or were you telling them like, you don't know what's going to happen? You can do whatever you want.
mean,
like, how do you approach a situation?
Look, part of my job description should be psychiatrist for
People just call you
a lot
crying.
people were freaking out. There were people that had their house that would be, had their house for sale and they were under contract to purchase another property. And now all of a sudden it got so bad so quickly because, as you remember, like nobody wanted anybody in their house.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted anybody near them. So even just trying to have inspections and appraisals and normal things that have to happen became impossible for a month or two.
I remember my first realtor inspection that went virtual. It was like a FaceTime walkthrough with the CO inspector, the fire marshal for a rental. We had nurses coming into one of our rental units because all the hospitals were overwhelmed at this time or getting there. And it was a virtual CO inspection through FaceTime and email. And that was like the first time that happened. It was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Yeah. And now it'll never go back to a real inspection.
Well, and that's the interesting thing is that, I don't think people people have fears, but they didn't really count on like resilience or innovation to be like, all right, we got to do this. Everyone's a hustler. We got to make some money.
Because we would have all bought Zoom stock instead of Bitcoin.
I bought one stock and then I sold it.
March 18th.
I think I made
$100
on it. Good job, Andrew.
But it is funny how you mentioned like innovation, because like we've talked with like Matt Cohen and people from Matt Cohen from Two Rivers Title, who. And it forced the industry and everybody to innovate and do different things. And now all of a sudden we were doing, not so much virtual closings, but title companies would drop papers off and sit outside and FaceTime and walk people through it.
But the digital closing is getting closer. We're working on insurance right now for a digital closing company, not a settlement agent, not a title company, but someone to do the digital closing of that loan, the notary portion of it.
It's all going
via
that way.
Skype and FaceTime and digital and there's a book that I've been reading right now. It's a post-COVID book, and it talks about this pandemic accelerated our technology by 10 years. By 10 years,
No doubt.
we're 10 years ahead of where we would have been if we weren't in our current situation.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's so much technology. I think it's just the practices of how people are implementing
Adaptation
technology that was already there.
And the only
You know what I mean?
retailer is Amazon. Sorry, everybody else.
I really I'm so
anti.
It's funny. I get these
But I don't have a
packages
choice.
coming in.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law figured out how to. She could just kind of ship. She could buy things and then just ship it directly to the house. Sometimes I get like bags of stuff. I'm like, what is all this stuff? But I really I need windshield wipers, and I'm like, oh, I could just buy them on Amazon. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the local auto parts place and just get it, just because I know that somebody's working there. And eventually, are we gonna be all replaced by robots? Probably. Is this all gonna be automated in a giant warehouse that kind of looks like Raiders of the Lost Ark? Probably.
Especially in Monmouth County.
Until that happens, I want to support as many local businesses as I possibly can.
So how about this, right? So Amazon just signed deals, from what I understand, in Tinton Falls and Neptune to build
like a fulfillment center?
mega warehouse, right?
Yeah.
Mega fulfillment.
Yeah.
They start paying. Their base salary is $18 an hour plus benefits. The local small business and the local restaurants can't afford to pay $18 an hour today. So Amazon's going to take a certain level, a certain employee class, and it's going to push things down even worse. So it's going to stimulate our economy because we're going to add 1,000 jobs locally, in theory, but it's going to also hurt our local economy because we're losing out on a lot of good employees that were working,
but
in a certain wage.
There's certain people
it's tricky, right?
Yeah, but certain people don't want to work in a fucking warehouse. The other thing to consider too
I might take that job.
is that all Amazon is doing is figuring out a better mousetrap that can replace. Eventually, they're going to replace that person with a robot. And
Like
that's
Uber and self-driving cars.
Yeah,
it's a matter of time.
That's the stuff that scares me, is that eventually it's like, all right, well, you're going to hire this person. You're going to use the data of that person working in that facility to figure out what the most efficient way to do it is. And once a little robot can come along and do that job, that person's going to be totally shit out of luck.
And then you don't have to pay insurance for that robot.
And that's when, who
Damn
knows?
insurance.
Who knows what happens at that point? But until that happens, get your bennies, people. Get your benefits. Get the money you could make. Get a mortgage. Buy a house. Do whatever you can, because
Spend all your money.
yeah, I'm not really get that stimmy and just throw it out there. Do whatever you can.
I like it.
That's my advice. Not a professional in any capacity for anything, really.
Bourbon, whiskey,
Yeah.
LBD.
I mean, that's the thing, though. There's going to be a certain, people that say, work, in the restaurant or the entertainment industry, anything like that. If you work at a bar, or you work at a restaurant and stuff like that, you kind of like the environment. Hopefully, people can keep up, and everybody wants to, pay what people, should get. But at the same time, I don't think a lot of people are going to want to work in a fucking warehouse, checking boxes. There's certain people that
Some people are social. They want to be with other people.
Exactly.
And that's great.
I personally, I didn't when everything kind of happened. Was it scary? Did I worry that there was apocalypse? Was I worried I was going to die instantaneously by catching, the COVID and not wearing my gloves or my goggles or my prophylactic suit? Of course, I was worried about that stuff.
I mean, the biggest concern was that you didn't have toilet paper.
Yeah. Oh my
Holy
god.
shit. Pun intended.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
That's when the bidet stock skyrocketed. My brother was like, "Yo," he was like, "You got to check out a bidet," and I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah."
That's when
the
Dude
Europeans are doing
Wipes started.
it. I mean, it was amazing what people kind of like the psychological power
Yeah,
of like
it was toilet paper
And paper towels.
and bottled water.
And bottled water, yeah.
Which is insane because what a pandemic has to do with your water supply is
Well,
beyond me.
there's a snowstorm coming. I need milk, eggs, and and bread.
right. Yeah.
well,
and
and then
peanut butter.
I started
Because
to.
God forbid you don't have your egg sandwich in a snowstorm.
I need my glass of
after-
milk and my egg sandwich.
After all these booze tonight, I'm gonna totally need a PEC tomorrow.
I hear you. The amazing thing is I started looking into like doomsday prepping, and it turns out that if there ever was, a situation where it was doomsday and I did need to prep, I would die. So I didn't really need to, really worry about that because there's no way I'm going to be figuring out how to make, potable water or, how to make a compass with a leaf and a needle and a puddle, or how to catch my own, and cook my own venison. I gotta
Don't worry,
like.
Mark. We'll clean up.
Oh, here we go.
What do we got? Sponsored by Famous Amos.
Oh, perfect.
Chocolate chip cookies. This came behind the bar and they
Love it.
expired in 2019. Cool, thanks. Doomsday prepping. These cookies are good till at least 2030.
I realize though that I can't really prep for doomsday. The amount of prep you have to do, like you have to buy like a barrel of oats, and then you get like
barrel of oats.
like a thing of water.
Yeah, I mean, to really do it right, you need to dig in your backyard and build like a bunker.
Yeah, you need
to do it
solar
properly.
power.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
And you also need a lot of fucking ammo.
yeah. Well, my whole theory with that is like, all these people that are like getting all this ammo and getting all this stuff ready.
Guilty.
All you need is somebody else with more ammo to come along and be like, give me your ammo. And then they just take all your shit.
No, because they're going to go to your house where there's no ammo, and they're going to take your barrel of oats and your cans of water.
Well, it doesn't matter if I had an M16 and a barrel of oats, or I had just a barrel of oats. Either way, if they came to me with like a howitzer and was like, "Give me your fucking oats,"
Are
I'd
you
be
going
like, "Sure."
to defend your oats?
I'm not going to defend my oats. I'm going to say, "Take my oats, please. Sow my oats. I don't want them anymore. Take my oats."
I got the first vaccine shot. I've got the first sterilization shot.
Oh, perfect.
I'm going to be good. No more kids.
When's your?
I'm going Tuesday.
You're going.
My buddy, my good friend Dave Howe just got me an appointment on Tuesday.
That
so.
shit is like
go.
trying to get
Mazel
into
tov.
like a
Mazel
fish
tov.
show last minute.
It
You
is
gotta
like I to me it's like
gotta
it's
sell
like the
burritos.
real world like Hunger Games right now.
Yeah.
It's
People
like,
are,
oh,
like,
you've
dealing-
been selected. Like it's crazy. And I get like upset and jealous when I see people posting about it like that.
They post their like thumbs up video where they
Yeah.
got their arm out and
I
stuff.
hit him up. I'm like, how the hell did you do that?
Get that shot.
You got your.
I got my first shot.
got your first one's your next
Moderna.
one?
My next shot is right when I get back from Florida.
You went with
And
Moderna,
by the way,
not Johnson and Johnson.
You don't get a choice.
Oh, you don't.
There's
No,
no
you
fucking
don't.
choice.
There's no like
in the
menu.
matter. There's no
I would
menu.
like the Russian vaccine, please.
Because I would have taken a double shot instead, and it was
tequila.
just of tequila or whatever.
did you
we're
get,
drinking right
Moderna?
now. It's amazing.
I think that's what I'm getting. Yeah.
Huh? Oh, you're getting your first one.
So
Yeah,
I got
first one,
Moderna, and I was a little sore for a couple of days in my arm. No big deal. But my parents are both fully vaccinated, no issues. So I'm hoping that my second shot, no issues, and that I get right when I get back from Florida. I'm going to Florida next week, and Florida's a shit show. Like I called the hotel we're staying at. I'm like, hey, we'd like to book a cabana at the pool
just hear
for
loud
next
music in
week.
the background?
And she's like, oh yeah, we're sold out at the cabanas. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? I'm like, are you guys at full capacity? She's like, I can't disclose. So I went online to try to book a hotel room. No rooms available. So we're at 100%
Define full capacity.
Florida has not given a shit for a long
100%.
time. Yeah.
And Evan and I were in Florida in November.
Yeah, they were.
It was a very peaceful trip. We podcasted on the Totally Local podcast. It's a
beautiful thing.
Totally jealous. Andrew Tuckup.
That was my podcast.
So
Gallery Real Estate.
Yeah.
Gallery.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Sue and John.
John.
Much appreciated. We'll go back again. But yeah, Florida's fucking packed.
Yeah, people are having fun down in
Packed.
Florida.
People are having fun. So I'm
I
looking
mean,
forward to a
some
good
people
week.
are I know at least one person that expired down in Florida. So like, not
That's
everyone's having fun down there, but most people are having fun down there.
It's all good.
My parents live down there. They got their vaccine shots like month and a half ago.
Yeah.
I just want to go
crazy.
I just want to go lick something once I get my second shot. I'm
The,
just like, hey,
The in-laws have their shots. Epic shouts to Pops. Pops has his shots. My mom has her shots.
Perfect.
So people are getting their shots. That's
Perfect.
awesome. I don't know where, like, it's you got to know a guy who knows a guy. It's probably I don't know if it's easier to buy Coke right now than it is to find a shot. But,
I can almost guarantee you it's probably easier to buy illicit drugs than it is to get a COVID shot right now.
It depends,
without a doubt.
It depends on what the illicit drug is, because I don't know. Cocaine might have been a bad
You see
example.
Ming shaking his head back there like, yeah.
It might be a little more difficult. I don't know if cocaine is really a COVID-friendly kind of a drug. People might be scared of the cocaine.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough question.
That's a tough question. That's for another podcast.
No.
But
I got 9 minutes till I have another call.
perfect. What do you got? You got making deals? Is it 5 o'clock already?
It's 51 for 4:51.
Wow. Well, do you want to wrap it up so you could get prepped and
I gotta get.
gotta wrap it up?
I'm prepping.
They're probably watching this
real
right
quick, touching on that. What do you just from a? Do you think it's going to be when like live music opens back up? Do you think it's going to be like, hey, I got vaccinated to get in there?
I think people are gonna like try to do that, but it's gonna be the kind of thing where you can't really legally make people do it. And at the same time, even if you could, it's really hard to track. Like I heard somebody on a podcast talking about how they flew up to New York, and they had to give their name and their number. They gave their name as Governor Cuomo, and they gave their friend's phone number, and they were just like, okay. And like that's what it is. Like it's a piece of paper you have to fill out, and you there's no real way, I don't think, that you could track that unless you like embed some microchip in somebody's skull.
No,
and scan it.
I tend to agree.
There's no way to. People are going to be on the honor system.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think so too, and I wouldn't put it past like whoever, be it Live Nation or whoever's going to be governing
wanna
these
make money.
events, for them to say like, no, but even just like, hey, you have to have your vaccination card.
Yeah.
Now, if you've been to the Pony and trying to get into a Summer Stage show, they're not going to be checking those things. I can promise you.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
who's to say like
Bobby Jones ain't going to give a shit.
how are you going to know legitimately?
Where's the black unicorn when you need him?
I know.
How are you going to
We gotta have him on this.
legitimately
What's that?
We got to have him on this.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
All right.
100%.
on the next show?
Bobby Jones,
How are you going to legitimately
live from the summer stage. That's how we get in. We go
Yeah.
Oh my
camera
God.
and microphones. Like, you know,
I think we're on to something.
Caroline, Bobby,
we need a
like,
booth
we
at
gotta-
Bamboozle
we
too.
gotta go in.
2023.
Yeah, that's it.
Who owns Bamboozle now? It's not John D anymore.
I don't
Whoever
think he
was
is.
listed, they listed it in the article I read. I can't remember the guy's name, but
Is
I mean,
there still the Sun Surf? What was
See Here
the-
Now.
See Here Now. That's
so,
on.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's-
the kind of inside industry thing is September is going to be the kind of levee breaking for live music, and that's See Here Now, and Summer Stage stuff for the Pony is apparently going to be September.
So Asbury Park is going to be epic September.
I mean,
Apparently, that's the idea.
I think
I like
everything's gonna be
like
kind of epic this summer because people are gonna
It's
want
going
to
to be an
rage.
epic. It's going to be an epic summer. We're all going to.
We're
rage.
gonna have
we
some
can get,
parties.
We can get Tim Donnelly on this too. He would
yeah.
come on this.
I mean, please.
He's always happy to bitch and complain about things and
we love
talk
that.
about See Here Now, and he would love it.
Oh, I mean, come on, bring it on. Let's do it. We'll do a roundtable discussion. We'll get some more martinis
And cameras and microphones at See Here Now. I mean,
Perfect.
that's all we need is a camera and some
you go.
microphones.
Definitely. Ming saying it's totally possible. I think on that note, I think we've said too much, but too bad.
If you see us at See Here Now and Bamboozle and the Bon Jovi concert at MetLife,
Yeah.
and
Present your totally local ID card at the door, and you'll get in half price.
in.
Your membership coin.
Yeah.
Or like
if we get these
TL
entries,
coin.
we'll have groupies because right now
Listen,
crickets around
honey, if
here.
you're watching, there's no groupies. I've never had groupies. I've done a lot of different things, and I've never had a groupie. So
present your totally local
Top Hat's coming back.
decoder pin or whatever it is.
DJ
right?
Top Hat is coming back.
I do-
live at the Long Branch Distillery.
I did watch a documentary on old school dubstep, not the bullshit from Skrillex, but like 07, 05 dubstep.
Old
and it
school
really,
07.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, like, I mean, it came out in like '06. It was a derivative because of garage music. I don't want to get into the whole thing, but anyway, it made me nostalgic of DJing and whatnot. Anyway. Totally Local Podcast.
Hey.
Follow us on Instagram, totally_local_podcast. Obviously, if you're checking us out on Facebooks, we're on, look up Totally Local Podcast. It pops right up. YouTubes, you can watch all the old ones. Check them out. They're very entertaining. 10th Ave Burrito one is especially entertaining.
Oh, that was a
the
good
recent one. Evan Beach, thank you so much for joining us. Do you want to do any shouts out? People follow you, Equity Prime Mortgage, or are you keeping it on the DL?
Follow me, Google me, whatever you want to do.
You're gonna have to find him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google him.
Yeah.
If you type in like Evan Beach, it's probably like some like national park down in like South Carolina or something.
Yeah, I get what you're doing. You're saying I need help with my social media. I understand.
That's Evan's area in Neptune.
There you go.
It's in Walls.
Aaron
where I live.
Levine, epic. I hope you do well on your phone call. Try to keep it serious.
Google me.
Yeah, you'll find him. He's everywhere you want to be. The podcast and insurance. Second episode is out now.
That's right.
Check it out. Everything you need to know about insurance. All right. Once again, a Shared Universe Podcast Studio, Ming. Thank you so much. This is so great. Mark, Long Branch Distillery, everybody out there. Love you guys. I'm going to finish my drink and then I'm going to get home. All right. I'll see you guys later.